In the Sunday school version of the curriculum, I like that all the kids get together and they make their props, they make the background, they make the set for the curriculum. So before we even start the story, they already know the parts of the story, they know where it's taking place, they know who the characters are. And you're gonna make a tattoo because sailors have tattoos. Put it on your arm. You're the sailor. Boys and girls, we're kind of running out of tape. I have scissors, Jonathan.
I know guys that have tattoos all over their arms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jonathan, or Zach, Brandon, and
Probably put a little tape on there.
And then as we can start the story, they're a part of it. They get to act it out. Sometimes the teachers read and they act it out. Sometimes the kids read, and there's speaking parts and there's non-speaking parts. And I like how they're a part of the story. The word of the Lord came to Jonah. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me.
I can't believe what God is asking me to do. Why would God want me to preach to the Ninevites?
While Jonah was sleeping, God sent a great wind on the sea and a storm so strong the captain was afraid his boat would break.
Oh my gosh! I've never been in a storm like this before. The waves are going to my boat.
The sailors were so afraid, they each began to pray to their gods, asking them to stop the storm.
Captain, the storm is words. I appreciate the words you and your sailors are not trying to save me, but you must throw me into the sea.
Go to that edge of the boat. There's the sea. But the Lord provided a great big fish to swallow Jonah. And Jonah was inside the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Jonah chose to ask God for grace and forgiveness. And God showed grace to Jonah and forgave him. God told the big fish to spit Jonah onto dry land. And the big fish did as he commanded him. Oh.
Wow. Nineveh sure is a big city. It's going to take me 3 days to tell these people a message from God. Well, I guess spending 3 days in Nineveh can't be any worse than spending 3 days in the belly of a big fish. People of Nineveh.
What would the people of Nineveh think when they heard what Jonah said? What would they do? When God saw what they did and how they turned from their evil ways, he had compassion and did not bring upon them the destruction he had threatened. God showed grace and forgave them. I also like the small group at the end where an adult can connect with just a small group of kids, and they can talk about what's going on in their lives and how the story relates to their lives and what they can do to bring God's grace into their lives. And I like the papers that get sent home that they can do throughout the week so that they can implement it into their lives throughout the week, and really understand what it is God wants us to know about His grace.
Why is it important, and how will it affect my everyday life if I understand I can choose God's grace?
That you'll be free of everything.
That what, honey?
You'll be free.
Freed from sin. That's a very good answer, Philip. That's exactly what I was looking for. Do you think that we all are going to sin? We all make bad choices, don't we? And we don't always do what God wants us to do.
Remember when Christ died? How long was he in the grave? 3 days. There's reference in the New Testament to Christ being dead for 3 days. Just as Noah, just as Jonah was in the belly of the whale, so Christ
eats the plant.
dead for 3 days, descended to Sheol for 3 days. There's a lot of stuff in the Old Testament that relates to the New Testament. Everything in the Old.
We did a service project, and our kids for 2 months collected health and beauty supplies and food and diapers, and we gave them to a local shelter. And it really gave our kids a way to extend the grace and God's love outside of our church, and the kids loved getting involved with that, and they packed the boxes. We liked the service project.